What's up, guys? Sports Snippets. Dennis Sullivan here. It is Monday the 15th of March. Getting the week started, getting the work week started. Wanted to come at you here with some good information regarding who I think are the top candidates for the NBA Most Valuable Player for this year, 2020-2021 season. If you do like the content of this particular video, go right ahead, hit that like button, guys, right below. And feel free to subscribe as well to my channel, Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan. And guys, this is an interesting one. I have some honorable mentions. I'm going to go right to the Snippets board, put my top 5 on this board for you as I go through each one by one. Couple of surprises. I mainly went, it's just kind of how it worked out. I mainly went with guys who are playing for at least above average to very good teams. I don't have anyone on here that plays for a poor team, although I can't say I rule that out completely. So, I mean, that could always happen in the future as well. So, let's get right into it, guys. It's a lot of fun to do stuff like this. Hope you enjoy it. I'm going to go to get my top 5 started. And I have a few I mixed it up a little, and I might throw you here, throw you there. Feel free to disagree, guys. Go right in the comments. Disagree. I'm cool with that. Let's get into it right now. At number 5, the one and only in my top 5, LeBron James. At number 5, I got LeBron. He easily can be considered, number 3. Some may have him as high as number 2 right now for the race for MVP, Most Valuable Player. Of course, this includes both East and West teams. LeBron, the reason why I dropped him a little, I mean, his team still is currently third best record in the Western Conference. I mean, I can't expect the Lakers and LeBron to win at the same percentage without Anthony Davis. I mean, that's not fair. But they have, let's be honest, guys, they have fallen a little bit since the absence of Anthony Davis. They're 25-13 now. They're just barely behind the Phoenix Suns in the seed standings. They're currently 3rd, and with that being said, they're just ahead of the Clippers. LeBron still is his same old self, coming in around 25.6 points a game, just under 8 rebounds, and also just under 8 assists, 7.8 assists. When does LeBron not have an MVP season? He's been doing this for like 20 years, having MVP seasons. Next up, guys, at number 4, this next guy, interestingly enough, can easily move up, and you can almost justify Giannis as being 2nd or 1st. You almost can. You can basically justify Giannis as a 1 or 2 if you want. Go right ahead. The Bucks are currently 24-14. They're only 2 games out, guys, of the top seeded. They're only 2 games behind the top seeded 76ers in the East. Giannis is up to his same old high productivity self. 29 points, 11.5 rebounds, guys, and he's even checking in with just over 6 assists a game. Giannis is having another tremendous season. It's almost like we're getting used to this from Giannis. By the way, guys, when I go through the statistics, technically all these stats are going into Sunday's game. So I want to make that point. So all the statistics, are through Saturday heading into Sunday's game. So if someone scores like 60 points on Sunday, which I guess could happen, it won't be factored in here as far as if I say someone is averaging a certain number of points or rebounds like that. But the good news is it's going into Sunday. So with Giannis, he's tremendous, and he's all over the boards. Now, his team only 2 games out. They've made some changes. Remember, they got Drew Holiday now. They've added a few pieces. They've also lost a little bit, too. So he's kept them afloat, more than afloat. I mean, they're right there, guys. in the standings, and he deserves a heck of a lot of credit for that. Number 3, I have Mr. James Harden. That's right, James Harden at number 3 on my list. James Harden from the Brooklyn Nets. I almost said New Jersey Nets. My mistake, guys. Well, my correction. New Brooklyn Nets. James Harden, all he's done is he's come over during the season via trade and he tweaked his game, took one of his main skill sets in playmaking, passing ability, and all he's done really is, I don't know, just become the league leader in the entire NBA in assists. And he's taken on a little bit of a different role, more as a point guard, like we saw of him early in his career. Harden, coming over from Houston, as you recall, he was very much in the scoring mode with Houston. He was more of a two-guard shooting guard. Now he's more of a point guard playmaker. Still scores points, though, 25.3 a game as far as scoring. 8.5 rebounds. He's almost averaging a triple-double, guys. And now he's up to 11.2 assists for the 25-12 Brooklyn Nets. Again, who are only a half game behind the Philadelphia 76ers. Next up, guys, my number 2 selection for MVP. This one might surprise you a little bit. It might surprise. Next up, we have the Joker, guys. The Joker is all over the place up in Denver. He is putting up monster numbers. He's got the Nuggets in playoff position as pretty much a mid-seed as I make this video. The Joker doesn't quite have... he's got Murray's a good point. He's a good guard, don't get me wrong. They have some pieces there, and Denver's a pretty good team, but Nikola Jokic, a.k.a. the Joker, has basically carried this team, guys, to a 22-16 record. If the season were to end today, they'd be a 6th seed in the very competitive Western Conference. He's meant so much to this team. I have to put him on there. 27 points, by the way. 11, listen to these numbers. 27.1 points, 11.1 rebounds, and almost 6 assists. So even statistically, you look at his numbers, they can match up with almost anyone. I'm putting him right now. This can all switch, keep in mind. This can all, and even LeBron can start moving up more. But this can all switch. But right now, as we head into a fresh week here, Monday the 15th, I got Nikola Jokic, the Joker, at number 2. Which leads me to number 1, guys. My number 1 pick right now, mid-March, for most valuable player in the NBA is none other than Joel Embid, guys. Joel Embid gets the nod from me for what he's done for his team. This guy is the premier center in the NBA. He's basically, in my humble opinion, bought back the center position. Remember how for a while it's almost like centers were kind of almost going out of style, you know, like the big guy, the 7-footer in the middle, or close to 7-footer in the middle. Embiid is kind of, he hasn't single-handedly bought it back. I mean, there's a few other good ones too now. But centers, big men, power forwards are making a comeback, as you may notice in the NBA. He has a lot to do with that. He's having a tremendous season, averaging right at 30 points a game, 29.9, leading the league, second in the league, in scoring, 11.5 rebounds, a little over about 3.3 assists, and of course all those block shots that he gets for a team that has the best record in the East, only by a half game, but nonetheless, the Sixers at 26-12 have the best record in the Eastern Conference. He is their leader, and he is the focal point of that team and franchise. Joel Embiid leading the way as of now. A couple of honorable mentions, guys. Of course, you're going to throw Luka in there. Luka Doncic, who's tremendous with his performance, averaging almost a triple-double, 28.2 points, about 8.5 rebounds, just over 9 assists. The only problem is Dallas may or may not make the playoffs. I'm not so sure about that team. We'll have to see. So do I have to penalize, at least for the running for MVP? I kind of do. You know, I could easily move Luka into the top 5, guys. Right now, I mean, he's playing for a team that would finish, barely get into the playoffs as an 8th seed. They're 20-17 are the Mavericks, but still, he's having an MVP type season. Really, he's right there. He's right below LeBron in my rankings. And here's a guy that a few videos back I made mention as being very underrated, and he is. His numbers, I was thinking around 20 points a game. Guys, Nikola Vucevic is still putting up monster numbers. 24, are you kidding me? 24.6 points and almost 12 rebounds a game. Are you kidding me? I'm thinking, you know, he's around 20 and 10. He's at 24.6 and 11.7. Come on, guys. Nikola Vucevic is playing tremendous, and he's had a tremendous career for the Magic. The only problem is Magic haven't really had any really good teams. You know, a couple of years where they'll sneak into the playoffs. That's about it. And right now they're sitting at 13-25. So, I mean, that's the problem with Nikola Vucevic isn't anything with him. I think it's the teams he's playing on, or the team he's playing on, which seems to be struggling. They were making progress too. I mean, this year they're struggling though, 13-25. They were kind of up and coming there for a while. And of course, Bradley Beal leading the NBA in scoring at about 33 points a game. Tremendous scorer. He will, in all likelihood, finish as the league's top scorer in points per game, Bradley Beal. But again, plays for a team that's struggling. We'll see. Maybe he does get into my top 5. He's a great scorer. And there are other players too, guys. If I'm leaving anyone out, which is always the case when we do, or close to always the case, right? When we do a top 5 for MVP or something like that, I could easily be leaving someone out. So go ahead, leave me some comments below. Let me know what you think. This is Dennis Sullivan saying these are my top 5, guys. These are my top 5 right now. Right now. Subject to change. Thank you for watching Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.